Hey friends, let's make this really primitive wall sconce. I took it, this is mostly Dollar Tree items. This is it's in the stationery aisle, a little felt hard box, for pens or paper clips or whatever. And then this is their 5x7 boards they have there that are just raw wood. And we're gonna make this look old and weathered, like it's really old wood, vintage wood. And I was trying to get that label off and trying not to burn my fingers with my heating tool. It was super sticky paper on this little box. But we're going to make a little planter on this, and we're going to put a little battery LED light in it. So that's the little recipe we're going to make for the stuff that's going to darken our wood. So it's 1 cup of hot water. I didn't boil it, I just got really hot water. And then a tablespoon of coffee, instant coffee, and then a tablespoon of vanilla, and then about a teaspoon of black acrylic paint. I didn't measure, I just kind of put some in. And I think you could even use like a burnt umber instead or something, but I just put black in and it worked great. Then you just get it all mixed up really, really well. And one thing I would suggest is using a regular little paintbrush instead of what I used. I used my round sponge brush and it worked fine, but it absorbs so much that it was dripping everywhere. So I used my little hammer and I just kind of banged some holes in it on the edges and on the surface. And then I'm just putting this mix all over it. And you can see I just got it everywhere. So I was thinking, okay, how am I going to control all this? Because my little sponge brush was loaded with it too. So I just had to let it float in that mess. So then you just kind of take a paper towel and wipe off the excess. And then I got all the edges and then the back as well. But I love the look of it. It just looks like it's 10, 20, 30 years old, been out in the weather. You could even hammer even more notches and dings in it than I did. I was kind of wishing I would have put a few more, because this little mix kind of stays in those little grooves really well too, so it just accentuates little knots and holes and things like that. You can see that where I hit with the hammer a few places. So I have lots of that mix to do lots more projects with it. So I love how it turned out. I gave it a good dry. So now we're ready to play with it. So before we get started, I am going to screw 2 holes in it. And this is my mini power drill. It's definitely not as powerful as a power drill out in our garages, but this is perfect, works great for my needs, just screwing, drilling holes in projects like this. So I'm just measuring over, I think I measured over 3/4 of an inch and then down a 1/2 inch. You can do whatever you want. I just wanted them even. And then I just put the drill bit in and then drill, and it goes clear through. And then you reverse it and it comes out, and then I'm just going to drill the other one. I love this thing. I don't have to go out in my husband's garage and get his drill hooked up. I just keep it handy here at my craft area, and it works perfectly for my needs. This is my little desktop vacuum cleaner. Cleans up all the sawdust and paint particles and different things like that. So this is that little box, and it's really, really hard. It's a felt box, but there's a hard center in it. And so I'm using my utility scissors to cut it, trying to cut it straight across, because I just want half of it for my little planter box on my sign. I was mostly just kind of eyeballing it and trying to make sure I was cutting it and meeting up with the other end. Okay, we got it, and I had to straighten it out a little bit. But for the most part, I got it pretty good and straight. I was proud of myself. So now I'm going to paint it burnt umber, and that felt really soaks it up, so I had to put a lot more paint on it than I thought. So I just used a foam brush and just kept painting it on. Went through that little dab that I had on my plate really fast. So I just had to put more right on it. Wanted to get the bottom too because it would show. So after I give that a quick dry, then I get out my vintage white acrylic paint by Folk Art, and I put way too much in my plate there, bowl. So I just get some on and just kind of dry brush it on everywhere. So a lot of the brown still shows through, but I wanted it lighter, and I'm just lighting it up with dry brush and some of this vintage paint on, vintage white. So I've got these 2-inch little bronze drawer pulls that I'm going to put one on the front of this little bin, basket, whatever you want to call it. So I'm getting out the 2 teeny tiny little screws. So I'm going to put a dot on each side of the drawer pull where I need to put the holes. And I needed a little more contrast behind the bronze pull, so I put some more vintage white paint on it, just so the handle would stand out a little bit better. So I'm getting that where I want it, and then like I said, I will draw 2 holes or dots, and then I use a tapestry needle, and it's really hard to push through. Like I said, this little box was a lot harder than I thought it was when I bought it. And I was trying to use my finger and nail, and so finally I just thickened up a piece of paper towel and pushed that through. Tried to make it a little bit bigger. And I do the same thing on the other side. So I finally get them big enough, and I'm sticking the little nails through, and I'm using my little drill bit on my drill to drill these in, to screw them in, excuse me. And that worked perfectly. And I think they were in there pretty tight, but I'm still gonna secure them with some hot glue on the inside. So I'm just putting a big dab around those ends that come through. So here's the little battery powered light, and I'm just showing you that you put 2 AAA batteries in, and it comes with a little stand, but it was too wide, so I couldn't use that. So I'm just trying to decide how I want to glue it in there. For right now, I'm going to glue the back of that on. So I'm just putting hot glue all along that back edge. And then I'm just eyeballing it and making sure I get it straight. And you have to be quick because that glue dries quick. But it worked perfectly. It set flat against that board. There was a little bit of pricklies inside that one hole, so I wanted to fix it and make a better hole. So now I'm going to put my wire in. This is black rebar wire I get it on Amazon. Just putting it through the back, and then just deciding how long I want it. Using my wire cutters to cut that. And I'm just going to use some little needle nulls. I just get these at a dollar store, and I'm just going to twist it round and round a few times to twist those wires together. Then I'm just going to bend it and wrap it around a pin a few times, and then bring it through the other hole. I'm going to wind that little piece. Just keep winding it around that one long wire. And then just clip off the excess there. And it's looking so cute already. So now I'm going to just grunge up my candle. So I'm going to paint it with Mod Podge. And then just sprinkle cinnamon all over it is all I'm doing. You can put coffee grounds on it. You can put paint, like burnt umber paint, some rusty orange paint on in places. I'm just kind of keeping this easy and just doing straight cinnamon. I'm just drying it off. And there's still some parts that I need to get, so I was rolling it in that loose stuff that fell. There was a spot I missed, so getting it like that. Now I'm going to start to dry it, and then I'm going to put some more Mod Podge, just kind of pounce it on top of all that cinnamon. Started out with a paintbrush and realized I need the pouncer. That worked a lot better. That just makes the cinnamon stick on there really well and keeps that grungy look. A little later in the project, I do have to add a little bit more at the top there where you can see a lot of that white showing by the bulb. This is my desktop vacuum cleaner. I'm just using it. You can't slide it over those puppy pads, but I just go up and down and get that loose cinnamon. So now I'm going to glue in my little light right in the center. And it's got that twist on bottom, so if you want to add the batteries in, you can still do it, because you're just gluing on the bottom part. I had to hold it while it set, and I would lean it back and then it would fall, because I had quite a bit of glue in there that didn't quite set yet. So I'm going to glue a bunch of Spanish moss in there. I needed another hand. I was holding it with one and grabbing Spanish moss with the next. We always figure out a way though, right, us crafters? So I've got that glued down in there, and it's coming together nicely. I've got a bunch of random greenery pieces that I've just cut off from other projects, and so I'm just going to start gluing those in. I first thought I was going to use that large green and white leafed one, but it was too big and bulky. So right now I'm using my my gold pitberry wired garland. I get this on Amazon, and I'm wrapping it around a wood skewer from Dollar Tree. So I'll wrap it and scoot it close together, and I'm doing quite a bit of it because I knew I wanted quite a few strands of it in my little sconce piece. Then I will stretch that out really long. So here's where I was getting this piece cut off. And it was just too big, so I opted to use all these smaller little pieces. So I'm just hot gluing the ends in, the Spanish moss, just in random spots, just where it needs filler. Sometimes I need to look at it straight, so I'll stand it up and look at it, and then I'll place them in. But I ended up having enough of my scrap pieces of these greenery pieces to put in, so it worked out nicely. And then I'm going to start putting in some pip berries. I wanted kind of one longer one in the back. And in my opinion, it looks better in groups of odd numbers. So I tried to put 5 different pieces of the pip berries. So I got 2 in the back that are a little bit longer, and then I go a little bit shorter in the front. So there's 4, and I knew I needed one more piece. So I wind some more up on my skewer, just enough for one more little piece to go in there. And after I got done putting the pip berries in, I still needed some filler. It still needed something. So I got these tiny little cream, kind of a light tan color blossoms. I get these at Hobby Lobby, and they come in all kinds of colors. And they're fun. They're just nice little fillers. So I'm just getting 3 of those little bunches and sticking them in a few little spots that just needed a little something else. And I thought that was the ticket. It was just what this little project needed. And I could have left it like this, but I do end up putting a star above the candle on the wood board, a rusty star. But first I'm going to work on a tag. I have these tags in my Etsy shop. In fact, it's a huge listing. There's 795 tags, printable tags, different sizes and shapes and styles, all kinds of holidays and themes and seasons. And this one just said, "Enjoy the journey," I believe is the one I chose for this. So I'm just I used my corner rounder, and then I'm just distressing it with dark walnut stain color of distress ink. And while I had it, I wanted to distress the edges of that board more. And I love what it did. It just gave that finished, really pretty vintage look, in my opinion. I love how it just, and I really focus on the corners a lot too, get the corners more. And that just made it look so nice. So I'm just going to punch a hole and put a piece of thin twine through it. So I bend it in half, stick that loop through, and then I'll bring those tails through the loop and pull it kind of snug. So I'm going to go have that coming off the handle just at an angle. And I'm just gluing that right on the front, and then I'm going to wrap that same twine around my fingers a few times, and then bring that one tail up and wrap it around the center 3 or 4 times. And then just spread the loops out, and that's my bow. And I'm going to glue that right on top and make it look like it was just tied onto my handle. Hold it there until it sets, and I just kind of fluff and arrange those loops and trim it up. And I thought that looked super, super cute. And again, I could leave it like this, but this is where I decided to put a rusty star on. And I know these pop off real easily with just hot glue, so I first wanted to put a little bit of super glue underneath it, just as an extra solid hold, and I get some on and it goes all over my thumb. So I get super glue all over my thumb right there. In fact, a couple fingers, but mostly my thumb. And it was a mess, but I actually used my little sander and sanded off my thumb, and it worked perfectly. So now I'm just kind of putting some hot glue behind the star. And there it is. I'm super happy with this. I love how it turned out, and I hope you like it too. I hope it inspires you to make something similar. Appreciate you watching. You have a whimsical day.